Hi everybody, I'm Lalabad. Welcome. If you're new here, take the time out to subscribe. Today on this episode of Lala Tries, I am attempting to make soul food. Yes, you heard that right. Soul food. Okay, so this is my first time. Do not come for me. You can try, but don't get mad at my response. Okay. All right, so with that threat, no, I'm just playing. It's not a threat, it's a promise. Okay, where am I going? I don't even know. Chop up some celery. We're making smothered pork chops. I am not using pork chops. I am using pork steaks because they're more tender, they're thicker, and they're fattier, meatier, and just more better to braise. Because I'm making smothered pork chops. That's basically kind of braising on the cocoa. I used one whole onion and one whole bell pepper. These are three ingredients you probably will be seeing a lot through this whole video. At least the peppers and the onions for sure. I diced them up, put them inside of a roasting pan on some parchment paper, and I season the vegetables. It's very important to season the vegetables, but do not overdo it. A lot of the seasonings that I'm using, I didn't realize have a lot of salt. So be careful. The soul food seasoning has a lot of salt. The adobo has a lot of salt. And then I think I even added more salt. These were a little salty because I did that with the pork chops, the vegetables, and even the gravy. So just calm down. Okay. All right. So I washed and cut up the pork steaks. And I am massaging garlic into them. I am laying them on top of the vegetables, and again, I am seasoning them basically with the same stuff that I seasoned the vegetables with. So you can see I did both sides, so I did that plus the vegetables, you know what I'm saying? So just be careful. Make room for them all. Cover them. Put them in the oven at 350 for, I don't know, till they're ready. All right, so 2 hours before I started this whole video, I was cooking these neck bones. These are pork neck bones. You need that broth and that meat. So get that ready. Cut up about, I want to say like 8 pieces of bacon, maybe less. I don't know. I didn't have a precise. I was just doing it by eye. Chopping up a bell pepper and, of course, an onion. I am using this green trio. These are a trio of greens. You got mustard, turnip, collard, I believe one other one. I forgot. You can pause the video and read that. All right. So basically cook up your bacon. You don't have to cook it fully, but just cook it up a little bit. Because it's like, again, it's going to be cooking in a broth. Throw in your onions and your bell pepper. And toss in your greens. Now, some people say you shouldn't saute your greens. Some people say you should. I'm following a recipe. I will put a link to his video down below. I do not know this man, but he makes some really good southern soul food. So this is a recipe I will be following. Again, I will put that link in the description below. All right, so I use this, the smoked pork neck meat. I put a little too much. I shouldn't have put that much, but I did. Okay, it is what it is. I added some garlic powder, onion powder, salt. Again, don't be too generous with the salt because the neck bones got salt, the bacon's got salt. I added some vinegar, some black pepper, and I don't know if I showed or not, but I do add sugar. Add the chicken broth. Add 1 stick of butter. I know. And add the broth of the smoked neck bones. Cover and cook for about 2 hours. 2 or 3 hours. All right, moving on to the macaroni and cheese. This is my recipe. So I'm adding 2 eggs. There is a cheese in here that I did not add because I forgot. So I'll tell you that in a minute. All right, so I'm using a cup of half and half, a cup of whipping cream, a cup of whole milk. You can use any other milk, but why would you? I mean, you gonna be having a heart attack anyway, so you might as well go for it. A quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a quarter teaspoon of ground mustard, a quarter teaspoon of salt. Be careful with the salt because we add Parmesan cheese in this. This is a cup of mild cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese you want. 1 cup of Parmesan and 2 cups of sharp cheddar. I like my mac and cheese very sharp. All right, that is some pasta and half a stick of butter. Mix that all together. Again, I would have been adding Velveeta cheese. I forgot. Add a little bit of cheese, each cheese on top. Cover. Put that in the oven for 40 minutes. All right, so I'm checking on the pork chops, just flipping them so they can get like a good little crust. And now it's time for the gravy or the smothered part of the pork chops. I'm adding half a cup of flour, half a tablespoon of chicken bouillon or chicken powder. Just, you know, some Badia seasoning. It has that thyme in it. It's a good flavor with pork chops. Some pepper, half a cup of chicken broth, and half a cup of half and half. Mix that together and go and get your pork chops. You're going to remove the pork chops from the pan. You can see that all that juice. Yeah, it's going to get thick. Don't worry. You add the mixture. You mix that all up together. Place the pork chops back into the pan. Cover that and put that back in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes. And this is what you get. Smothered pork chops. Homemade baked macaroni and cheese. Greens. I did put too much meat. I did. I know I did. And I made a pan of cornbread. That was a pre-packaged or a packaged pack of cornbread that I made, but it was still bomb. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you think I did pretty good, let me know in the comments below. Look at that mac. It's still so soft. Oh, so good. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Wake up in the sky. You can't tell me I ain't fly.